Welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. I'm Roger. I was a little bit disappointed for the 2020/2021 firewood season. It looked like I was going to have a little bit less firewood to sell than what I did last year. Didn't really have the time to work on it this year like I did the previous year. But I got a load of dry logs in, and right after I got the load of dry logs in, got a phone call from a guy that's been a firewood customer for 3 or 4 years that he needed another load of wood, and his buddy that actually is a chimney sweep, which is a really good contact to have when you're selling firewood, also needs another load of firewood. So I got the one guy taken care of. I need to get the chimney sweep taken care of. Then while we were working Saturday on firewood, we got a call from another guy that's been a customer for like 2 years. He also needs a load. So I'm going to try to get one load split tonight. It's kind of getting late. I doubt I'm going to get it completed, but he needs it by Friday. This year was the first year that we did not advertise selling firewood. It was just all repeat customers, or we actually picked up 2 new customers by word of mouth. One was a chimney sweep, and then another one of our customers that comes and gets the boiler wood, they referred one of their co-workers to us. And this is all we have left. I'm worried if we're even going to have enough to make 2 trailer loads. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother video. And then there's probably, I think when I did my video on the rock bucket, I found out the rock bucket held 1/10 of a cord. That wood, a lot of it was stacked in the rock bucket, so there's over 1/10 of a cord already in the trailer, and the trailer holds 1.3. But what's so special about today for me is I'm going to be picking up the rounds, putting them on the splitter, and they're going on the conveyor and right on the trailer. That's pretty rare for me because usually my wood needs some drying time. And this is going to be a time saver because I'm not going to have to pick the wood up to throw it on the conveyor. So I'm eliminating one time of handling the firewood. I had to stop from splitting. The wood was getting caught under the conveyor and it was making the conveyor hop up and down. Didn't want to tear the conveyor or the belt up, so I stopped. Also, wood was falling off of the trailer onto the ground. That's counterproductive when it's falling on the ground because I have to stop and pick it up, extra work. But one thing I wanted to talk about was, if you look, I probably have a huge mess going on here, so I need to explain what's going on. So if you look, this is the area where I process the firewood, and it gets stored over in here and here, and I can continue going over through there with it, thinking I could possibly put some behind the building, and that truck may be leaving soon, so some wood could be put back in there. So I think I could probably fit 50 cords in here. But anyways, what's going on, you notice I have the logs, some of them are painted. Well, the red is some stuff that I've had for a while. The stuff that is not painted is green. Then there are some logs that were black, which were these, which were dry. So I had the red for a while. He brought me a load of dry that got put on top of the red. Then the next day I got a load of green, which isn't painted yet. And that was on top of a lot of the dry. Kind of a big mess. So this stuff here was pulled off the pile. And we cut that up after we cut all of the dry up because the green's not as important right now, but I want to get that knocked out very soon. And some of the wood had to be moved, some of the logs had to be moved to the side to get to the dry, and it was a big mess, a bunch of unnecessary handling, but that's just how things worked out this time. So now I have a big mess of dry wood here, where if I could have had it back here where this green wood was, and then it's making things awkward for the trailer and conveyors. If you look, you can see how much higher the trailer is sitting than the conveyor. It's not ideal conditions. I wish I could have backed the trailer on down into where about the splitter is setting. But I have a good pile. There's another piece that fell off. I have a pretty good pile in the trailer. I'm going to guess and say that's going to make me 2.5 rows, maybe 3 if I'm real lucky. So I need to get stacking on this now. Just changed my plans. I'm going to go ahead and put the splitter in the garage because I'm done splitting for tonight. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and stack this wood, then eat supper. Then after supper, I can finish stacking it, and then I'll be ready to finish splitting this tomorrow. And hopefully there's going to be enough to make a load. So before I get stacking the wood, I want to show you all something. You may remember a while back, like a year or two ago, I did a video titled Alexa Turn On the Block Heater, featuring that Wi-Fi smart plug. Just wanted you all to see that I am using it on my truck. I have plug number 1, that's hooked to a battery maintainer. Plug number 2 is the block heater. Plug number 1 is always on, and then I'll toggle on plug number 2 whenever I need it. I usually just tell Alexa to turn on the block heater like when I get up in the morning, and it's good to go. I have an Edge CTS2, so I can see my coolant temp, and my coolant temp's pretty warm, like 60, 80 degrees, whatever, depending on the outside temperature. But it doesn't take very long for the block heater to do its job on this truck. So I just wanted you to see that I actually use the products that I demo on this channel, and if for some reason that a product like that would turn out to be junk, I would update you later on and let you know. But this Meross Wi-Fi smart plug that is for outdoor use has worked great. I looked at the timestamp on the camera. It took me 12 minutes to stack 3 rows. I still have a little bit more left on the trailer, but I think that's making pretty good time. The trailer holds about 9 rows of wood, I believe. So in that theory, should be able to knock it out in about 40 minutes. My record on stacking a load is I think 1 hour and 15 using the conveyor. So I'm saving about a half an hour by splitting and letting the conveyor load the trailer instead of having to throw the wood into the conveyor like I usually do. But you can't always do that because you need to have the wood split so it will dry. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.